look, I mean, at no point does he admit any involvement whatsoever in this. He comes up with a bunch of conspiracy theories that Jay-Z has something to do with him going to prison or something.
Yeah.
His dad goes on this weird tirade. You know, he calls the judge and the prosecutors racist, and how they're trying to send an innocent black man to prison away from his family. You know, he mocked the situation while he was out before the trial.
Music videos and stuff. Yeah.
Did music videos. He made songs about it. He continued to get into problems. He got into it with August Alsina while still on bail. It's just like, I think what happened, if you just, from my point of view, because I did a bunch of polls about this and I talked about it, and everyone, whenever I did a poll, Tory's innocent, he's going to be found not guilty, Megan's a liar, Kelsey shot her, like everyone in all the polls and all social media were all siding with Tory, especially with my fan base, which is mostly male. Right.
And your fan base, who are clearly big fans of misinformation. I feel like whenever I see you do a poll, and I'm not commenting on the poll about me, but just in general, whenever I see you do a poll and I vote in it and I click, I just am usually kind of let down by the response.
Right. I have a conspiracy theory audience. And listen, I can see how your head could somehow get filled up and saying like, yeah, the public's behind me and I'm going to win this trial. And it's like, yo, that shit don't matter. It's a fucking jury. It's a jury of 12 people who don't give a shit about social media, honestly.
If he got off on this, it would have been a travesty of justice. It would have said something very dark and depressing about our legal system if he had been able to walk away from this.
I mean, look, obviously every trial is different and every strategy is different. But like, for example, I interviewed Hurricane Chris, who killed somebody in self-defense. And, you know, he came in after, you know, he reached out to me and said, hey, I want to talk about this trial. I just beat it. You know what I'm saying? It was his idea to do it. And we talked about it. And I'm like, listen, a lot of times in especially murder trials, the lawyer would tell the defendant not to take the stand because it's not up to the defendant to prove that he's innocent. It's just up to the defense to prove reasonable doubt. That's it. And he was like, yeah, but I'm not going to leave it in another person's hands when it comes to the rest of my life. I felt I was innocent. I felt that I shot this man in self-defense. I felt my life was in danger. He had a weapon on him that we found out after the fact. He had some huge, like, piece of like stone, like brick or something like in his pocket. And he was approaching me. I was telling him whatever. But look, I took the stand. And I defended myself and I was found not guilty.
Oh no, I knew I was going to talk from day one. It was never a thought in my mind of silencing me. This is my life. I know exactly what happened. I mean, my lawyer is a terrific lawyer and he did an amazing job, Alex Washington, but at the end of the day, I had to get up there and say my part, bro. I couldn't just put everything in their hands like that. I got to look these people in their eyes because my life is in their hands. I want to talk directly to these people and see if they could see I'm not no lying ass nigga right now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking you straight in your face, telling you exactly what happened. I'm not going to bullshit with you. I'm going to answer when you ask me a question. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she cross-examined me back. She cross-examined me and it got ugly. You know, so I still didn't regret getting up there, bro. I had to speak my part because I feel like the jury, they feel like, all right, it's 12 of us. Everybody done said what they got to say. So I feel like the jury looking at it like, if you don't say nothing, then you basically hiding behind your lawyers. An innocent person, it's hard to make them be quiet because you know you ain't did shit.
At the end of the day, if Tory really had nothing to do with it, like I did not shoot her, I did not have the gun. These girls were fighting it out and one of them grabbed the gun and it went off. I would take the fucking stand. Fuck what my lawyer talking about because clearly the lawyer didn't do a great job for you, right? You're now facing 13 years. I would absolutely, if I didn't have nothing to do with it, I would take the stand. But if I did do it, then no, I would not take the stand. And I think that's ultimately what happened. He knew that he did it. He had his victim crying on the stand, and he knew that if he were to take the stand, he wouldn't be able to properly defend himself. He wouldn't be able to lie his way out of it, which honestly, I feel like he's lying about it.
Of course.
And I think that between the calling the prosecutors racist, never admitting to anything, whatever else, having this air of I'm a victim, I did nothing, and so forth, that's what's going to cause a bigger penalty when it comes to the sentencing. Because they could have been like, listen, this guy, if he would have said in the very beginning, yo, I fucked up. I'm so sorry, Megan. Whatever comes of this, I accept. But I am sorry. I'm going to do things to try to make up for this. I'm going to apologize to her in court. I'm going to plead guilty and try to figure out a good plea deal, something. I think things would have gone very differently. You could have potentially, you had an angry woman on that stand. You know what I'm saying? Who had been dealing with his little jabs and barbs and stuff like that. Like you fucking with someone who could put you away that you shot. And your dumb ass is mocking her, making it worse. Like, okay, cool. I'll have my day in court.
Yeah, I felt like he made the situation about as bad as he possibly could for himself, while also doing everything he could to win over public opinion, which he did very effectively.
Which doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Okay, well, ultimately, by the time this comes out, Tory will be sentenced. Unless, of course, they give him probation, which, who knows? It seems a bit unlikely at this point, considering, he tried to get the case thrown out and everything else like that. Try to get the judge thrown out, try to get a retrial. I mean, he's going to appeal, of course, but yeah, it just is what it is. He made his bed, now he has to lie in it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's not my favorite person out there, but I do hope that by the time he gets done his sentence or whatever, that he's a better person as a result, because it seems to me that if it wasn't this Megan situation, that it probably would have been some other situation, because think about the level of nutcase that you need to be in order to get into an argument with a woman, never mind a rich, famous woman, a celebrity, and pull out a fucking gun and shoot at her. I mean, that's just, we're talking about a level of crazy that I'm sure if me and you lived to be 3,000 years old, we would never find it within ourselves to do something like this. So, I mean, he's a special case, and I kind of feel like the justice system is designed for people like him who make terrible decisions like this. And he's probably never coming back to America, which might be for the best.